Hello guys, kwa majina ni Newton Gogi. Welcome back to the Young Unsweet podcast, and today we are very very glad to be back here, and we are joined kawaida by
the Young Unsweet team. As always, my name is your favorite uncle, Brian Ekodere.
My name is Josephine, the tallest person in this group.
The one and only Nyiha. Yes, heaven and earth, left, right, center, Nyiha.
brilliant guys. So guys, I know it's been a while, na leo tumekuja hapa at least ku-update on very pertinent issues in diabetes, na leo tungependa pia kueleza how you have been. And Brian, is there anything new that has been coming up? Nini, how have you been? It's been a while. Unaendeleaje na hii mvua ya Kanairo?
Niko sawa kabisa, wenye mnaona. Your favorite uncle, strong as always, happy as always. Na tumekuja hapa na very good content today. Feel free to ask questions, pose comments. So let's dive in.
For sure. Josephine?
Mimi nimekuwa hapo kwa party what? Kizungu ni ngumu.
Party after party.
But anyway, nimekuwa poa. I've been good. Doing great. Naona tu. You
the
can
skin
see.
is glowing.
Exactly.
The hair is hairing.
Yes, na tuko soko bado. Mimi peke yangu. Huyu yangu yenyu ashatoka.
Tusiongee yangu. Sitko sawa. Mimi niko sawa.
For sure guys. Yeah. And of course guys, we normally have a group as Young and Sweet. We have a group on Telegram and we have a group on WhatsApp. Na kuna kitu ilitokea pia kwa group tungependa pia to discuss in entail self-monitoring and self-care. And I know guys, there's a question that we got from the group. Ilikuwa inaongea kuhusu insulin management, right?
Yeah.
Na tukaona ya kwamba as we are discussing in this topic of self-care, we want to look at it from a perspective of how has it changed. Maisha imepanda juu brayo, si ndio? Last year ile muturo ulikuwa unakula shilingi 10, sasa hizi imepanda ni mbao, si ndio? So everything has changed, So hata ile insulin ulikuwa unanunua last year, this cost sasa hizi imepanda, si ndio? So has that affected the way you are managing the condition or stuff?
Definitely. Uchumi ni mbaya sasa hivi. We hope the government itafanya jambo ama maandamano iendelee.
We hope not.
We hope for the best, you know.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, but in terms of insulin, prices zimeenda juu, management in general, in terms of strips, in terms of diabetes supplies, everything zimeenda juu. So we just hope and the government will do something, at least bei zirudi chini, so that we as type 1, people living in type 1, tutamanage in the right way.
For sure. Pia Josephine, kuna hii interest ya we also have support groups which are very well based at facilities, ndio? And those support groups are very very key in getting these medications and everything, And you know that affects even our self management. Like initially unapata hiyo kikundi labda they were doing something to sort of even have medical supplies. Kuna shida yote ambayo imekuja like with the cost of vitu kupanda, kuna patients ambao they no longer come because of maybe increase in fare na mambo kama hiyo, because that also affects how the management of their condition is.
Yeah, of course, yes. Because now, if we had a standardized amount, where sisi wote tuna pull, but now because of the cost of medicine imepanda, so now we need to increase that standardized amount to more, do cater for all their medication. So obviously it's affected. Even monitoring, blood checking, for instance, strips zimepanda. So if you are checking your blood sugars for twice in a day or thrice, now you have to reduce to once or twice because of the cost of strips.
Yeah, true.
And that means you're not managing sugars as it's supposed to be.
For sure.
Because if you're not injecting, like if you're supposed to inject 4 times a day, and now because the cost of insulin has gone up and you decide to inject twice a day, does that mean you don't eat for the two shots that you missed? Ama you eat and not inject?
Yes.
I mean it won't, like, okay, according to how I know we are supposed to manage our condition, that's not the best, but of course circumstances.
For sure.
So
generally topic ya leo tunajaribu tu ku delve into how the self-care management has changed over time. If you look across this seat, tumeka with this condition for the least amount of years, up to 5 years, right? So we are trying to see what has changed in terms of that, and also tunaangalia pia zile important tests ambazo unafaa kufanya, si ndio? So for example, like last year a certain test ilikuwa na cost this much and you are doing it like 3 times in a year. For example, the HbA1c, which is a very very key important test for you, just to check your blood sugar, the range that has been an average average blood sugar for the past 3 months. So kama imepanda bei price unapata ya kwamba unapunguza, si ndio? So how does that sort of affect how your management is? And also looking at that in terms of hospitals, do now people now shy away from going to the hospitals na wanaanza sasa kuendea kwa easy over the counter and stuff. So maybe you can give that sort of experience explanation.
Okay, I think with the current economy, which it's affecting it's global,
yes,
like crisis, I feel in a way it has affected how people, the way you are saying you should go for your HbA1c like after every 3 months or 4 months. Now you'll have to like reconsider and be like nitaenda e-test for 3 times a year, ama should I tone it down to like once a year, ndio at least nipate pesa ya strips and makiu pesa ya cost ya insulin payment juu.
For sure.
So you'll have to like balance, should I go with this tests ama kwanza niende nitafute strips and insulin. So I think over the years, yes, I don't know if I'm speaking for myself peke yake, but I hope not. Kila mtu venye ulikuwa diagnosed from the first day, you are told to be testing your sugars after every meal or before you take your shots, to now sahi unaweza sema acha kwanza nijisikizie nitapima kesho.
Yes.
Because now if I test 4 times a day, then kesho ikiisha and I don't have that money.
For sure.
So yeah, I think it has affected a lot our management, my management. Yeah.
Okay, even me naweza sema it has affected a lot. We are talking about self-monitoring. Tunaongea sana kuhusu checking our blood sugar, but then again self-monitoring entails also nutrition, sindio? So now we go for what is cheap, the cheapest strips, ndio nipate what will be available, accessible and affordable for me in terms of food. Sawa? So even in diet, pia diet inakuwa we are not eating what is nutrition. Yes. And unajua saa hii
eating what is cheap,
and
affordable,
and most of the time you find that nutritious food is very expensive more than junk food that they are not nutritious.
Yes.
So now unapata in terms of testing and also in terms of nutrition inatu affect. So obvious you will go for what you are surviving for, chakula kwanza, before you think of going to test other. Sawa? Because naweza kuwa na pesa nitanunua chakula, sitafikiria venye nitaenda kupima hiyo test kwanza. Because if I'm using insulin, I need first to eat. So
yes,
what I will do, kwanza nitatafuta ile chakula nitashiba before nijidunge.
yes,
Kwanza utakula, utajidunga, alafu you eat anything ndio usipate hypo.
for sure.
Una prolong, you better get long term complication rather than a short term yenye itakuwa saa hiyo hypo within some minutes. Yeah.
I'm here to give you hope. Naona watu wamekuwa so serious.
For sure.
But unaona self care sometimes, as much as economy ni mbaya, mwenye Josephine anasema mambo ya nutrition, but pia self care you need to do a bit of exercise, and we know with exercise inasaidia pia reducing the amount of blood sugar in your system, you know. So as much as insulin inaweza kuwa shida, you can do extra. You can use your body as your weight, as your like a weight
Exercise for example,
like body weight to be your gym, si lazima uende ulipe chunks of money kwa gym. You can use your own body weight as a means of exercise, but pia that exercise helps you to reduces your blood sugars,
Yes.
So as much as vitu zimepanda ama uko na shida na pesa kidogo, you yourself you can go an extra mile to manage your sugars through exercise kidogo tu. I know exercise inazarudisha 2-3, but with the right amount of food, exercise na medication, I think nothing is impossible.
But I realized when you do exercise, si lazima uende gym, even when you take a walk, kuna vile insulin inatumika vizuri kwa mwili, and then when you go for your clinics unaambiwa now you will have to reduce your units, so which is a win-win because now umefanya exercise and then insulin yako inatumika vizuri kwa mwili, and then ukirudisiwa your dose, your units, inamaanisha pia kwenye insulin yako ishe inaongezwa, hiyo time inaongezeka kama.
But remember,
lakini pia insulin inakwanga imeandikwa how many days you're supposed to use. That is between 5 to, I guess 5 weeks to 6 weeks.
But ongea kweli unatumia hivyo.
Mimi natumia hivyo.
Ikifika 30 kama iko halfway utatupa.
Uongo.
Hata ifanyangi kazi like insulin ikiwa new unakuanga na hypo sana, but now ikienda ikikaa inaenda kisha nguvu. So hata ukitumia after 7 days unasikianga bado like sugar zako ziko juu, si ndio? So hata ukienda enda gym lakini si prolong the use of insulin. But anyway, an open questions to doctors. Wanaweza tuambia more on our comment section. Yeah, we can discuss
but
that.
Remember, Nyiha amesema you can take a walk. Unajua kuna watu wanaishi mtaa zingine zenye you can take a walk.
Dandora.
Si ndio kweli, si ndio? Kuna zile mtaa zenye ukitaka
walking is security starts with you.
Ukianza kukimbia kila mtu anakimbia pia, si ndio?
For sure.
So sometimes you can in your own room you can start jogging kidogo to like 10 minutes of jogging ama 20 minutes. You can jog tu, unainua mguu pole tu. With time it's a habit. Na habit unasemanga habit ni nini mzungu?
It's a job story. Lakini walking iko na benefits zake kwa estate.
For sure. And actually guys, we have a session on exercise. We did a session on exercise. Check on the description below. We had a session on exercise we did with Shivani and Dr. Hilda some time back. Diabetes doc. Diabetes doc _ Kenya, if I'm not wrong. KE, sorry, yeah. So that is part of the self-care. So I want us to look another part of self-care, which is very, very important, the time it takes to get the information about diabetes. Remember that as a person living with diabetes, you have to be updated. Lazima uko unajua what is happening, like what has changed. Utaenda tu kwa market upate dawa fulani haiko. So uko pale na labda let's say you have lived with type 1 for the last 20 years. Insulin fulani imetolewa kwa market na ukupata hiyo information. So where do you people get information about diabetes? You can also share with us on our various platforms. Mtuambie where you get information, but also want to get the aspect Brian, like how can we be able to ensure that watu wanapata the right form of information? Like generally speaking, like how many times together from Brian do you test in a day? Just frankly speaking, no ban bush. We are not judging. Can cheat, can die. In a day,
I am a truthful man. But sasa the first question umesema about information.
Yes.
You can't find information, valid information. You have to work with your doctor. Unajua information ni mingi sana. They are wrong, they're right. But when you work with your doctor, it helps you understand more and it helps you maneuver through management of your blood sugar. Second of all, mimi I usually test, let me be honest, at least twice in a day. In the morning, fasting blood sugars, which is I think the most important one.
Yes.
Na pia before dinner, because once I test before dinner, I know the amount of carbs I'll eat. So by morning, of course, unaweza kuwa hata na projection unajua in the morning naweza kuwa na this amount of blood sugar. So to me it's morning and evening. Hapa katikati sometimes nikojisikizia na sometimes najua pia una assume vitu but which is not right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Josephine?
Yeah, before tuendelee, if you like my hairstyle, just like on our social media pages. You can ask me, comment. Yes. Ama pia tuambie anko ende kinyozi. But yeah, comment on our social media, yes, like, comment, ask us any question. Tutajibu, si ndio? You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook.
For sure.
Usijume ulimi.
Asiwezi. So I test twice.
What
time?
Fasting. Alafu before I go to the gym, because hypozone nipata sometimes. So sakangi teacher wangu wa gym anza kukimbia.
No wonder the body.
But you know what? When Josephine anasema ukienda gym, there's a time in my experience nilikuwa na sugar za 13. After nikaenda 1 hour very intense exercise nikapata hypo na ilikuwa just 1 hour. So it works. Ni poa ku test sugars before going to the gym, just to know.
Very critical.
Because I don't know if it's true, maybe the doctors will let us know kwa comment or through other channels.
Yeah.
Ukifika 13 plus, I hear it's not advisable to exercise.
Sure.
I don't know if it's illustrate further.
So we'll do further research and comment on that. Check out our next episode and comment on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many
For me,
times?
I'd say once. Fasting. Yeah, because acha tunache explain once.
Yeah,
Ya
for sure.
ukweli.
For sure. Previously myself, at times I would skip even for that once in a day, but now I have come to know the essence of kujipima. I was kuna like the important one actually is the fasting. Even for daktari unakwambia fasting. So what do we mean by fasting? Fasting ni ile ukiamka asubuhi hata kama hujakunywa maji. Unajua Kenya unauliza ni aje boss umekula leo? Hapana, lakini ameamka akakunywa maji, akakunywa chai, akakula toast mbili na ndoma, lakini that is not a meal to them. So fasting is before you take anything. That is very very critical. And also the other one which is critical ni ile after 2 hours after eating.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can pima 2 hours after eating at least to see how your sugars are behaving, right? So that is also very very critical. But the recommended times are here in a day. You should take your RBS. It's around 4 or 5 times. That is the recommended by the scientists and everything. But that varies in terms of kama uko na hizo kids,
No,
kama umekula,
unajijua aje.
everything. Sorry?
But
I mean,
remember,
like I always say maybe nitapigwa mawe kidogo, but I always say if unajua vile mwili yako unasikia ukiwa hypo ama ukiwa na high sugars, saa zingine inakuokolianga hizo straight sama.
but remember, mi sengine, in my opinion,
Yes.
I think sometimes diabetes is a painless disease.
For
It
sure.
is.
It is.
Juu unaweza pata ya sugars ziko very high but uko tu sawa.
Uko tu sawa.
Then tukirudi kwa testing,
Yes.
sometimes ina depend pia na not insulin, the strips that you have. Kuna some days yenye maybe a good Samaritan za kupatia wejibambe.
Yes.
Then kuna times zingine you buy your own strips yenye you can use as much as you want.
Yes.
So I think it varies with times of the
For
year
sure,
ama tu circumstances
Yes.
zinaweza kuja between. So sometimes unaweza pata unapima once, maybe upimi, then sometimes unapima hata 8 times in a day. So it varies with the person na the circumstances yenye anapitia.
Na unaenda sherehe mara ngapi? Because the more unaenda sherehe the more you test.
Sherehe
If unaenda
elaborate sherehe.
bila kupima
Mnaenda madrinks.
we Niki
Unajua sherehe na drinks inaweza
No,
kuwa
I mean-
unaendanga kunywa ujipawa pale nje.
still
si ndio?
ujipawe kuna
Unajua sherehe iko na meaning mingi. Sherehe inaweza kuwa kama sasa tumetoka Ramadhan juzi Friday. Si tulipiga sherehe na chapati na
Actually,
nyama.
exactly
Interesting.
utapima sugars.
Interesting.
Exactly.
I had a
Yeah.
conversation which is quite funny, especially with the fasting. I don't know, we will need someone to confirm. Tutajaribu kuweka pia kwa group about checking your blood sugars during the fasting. Nitangwa nini? Hiyo kufunga. That period. Unapata mtu ambaye who is a Muslim faithful anasema they don't check their sugars during that time. Anagojea afungue jioni. That is a question that I want us to put out there. I don't know how factual it is because they say that once ukifanya you prick yourself na uone damu sort of fungua because something like that, yeah. But that is a question I want us to put out there to see if it is factual because that is a religious belief. That is a religious belief. I believe so, and we want to see if that is something that is happening and at least to be able to do some research on it na tutawapatia feedback. But then also nilikuwa nataka kujua like Brayo, we have technologies which are coming up and luckily in Kenya which is a developing country of course, but kuna zile vitu ambazo zinakuja kutusaidia. So the way mtu alikuwa na manage type 1 2000 years ago, sorry. Year 2000 millennium ni different na vile tuna manage diabetes. Sahi we have got access to clinics, the comprehensive clinics. We have access to insulin, chemists imagine and everything. We also have access to Google, and at times I quote and unquote Google kwa sababu pia si authoritative. It's full of gossip and then everything, right? So at the end of the day, we sort of have new technologies which are coming on board, and I want us to just delve into a continuous glucose monitoring system. So we will share a small snippet of a video just within this podcast so that you can see what we are meaning by a CGM. But nilikuwa nataka kuelewa tu from you guys before we brought in the concept of CGM, like had you ever heard of it? Do you know a person who is using it now? Anything like that? Honestly,
I mean, we know someone who's using it.
Yeah, for sure. Glad. Humbled.
Yeah, I've heard about it, and it's something I crave for. Like I wish I had.
You're manifesting.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm manifesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about it, and I think if you can get one, the better. But if you can't, I mean, use what you have.
For sure.
So what I know about CGM is, instead of pricking, you'll use maybe your phone and then the sensor, and then you'll just what do you call it? Scan it, and then it will give you the readings of your blood glucose without pricking yourself.
For sure.
And it will also give you a curve of how your sugars are after some time. Yes, the trends. Nimesikia about CGM.
Just finish CGM.
Yes, I've heard about it and I saw you with it. Yes, and I had to boost about it kama daktari in public hospital. You know, we know about it, but even other health workers don't know about it.
For sure.
So they were wondering, what is that? Kaonesha nimesoma, msomi. And I had to explain your continuous.
Mtu akangemi ameomoka.
Ameomoka.
Mtu akangemi apanga ameomoka. Akaniuliza, where did you learn this? I went for a conference.
So I'm a fan of history.
For sure.
Na a fan of the future. So nikirudi kidogo tu away from technology na evolve.
For sure.
When it comes to kitambo, I don't know which year, but it's maybe ni rumors, I don't know. I hear kitambo, before this technology ya break, ilikuwa unakojoa maybe somewhere. Alafu ikisha kauka maybe kwa mabati. Alafu ukiona hizi ants, kwa kwetu wanaitanga chukuni. Ikienda kulambalamba hapo unajua sugar za bit elevated. So unaona hiyo ni development. Maybe sijui from before walikuwa wanafanya aje, maybe walikuwa wanaonja, nasikia wengine walikuwa wanaonja, kisikia. So during that time unaona development pole. Then later on, this ni 20 ngapi century? Tuko which? 21st. So most people when you're on diabetes wanatumia hizi glucometers, which it varies. Kuna zile expensive, kuna pia zenye pia zinaonesha graph through Bluetooth, which I know most of us use it. Hata newly diagnosed, so long as you can afford, ama unaenda kwa any hospital, you under the first device utaambiwa just buy or let's test your sugars with this. About CGM, nilisikia CGM a while ago, maybe not so long, 5 years ago. I had a friend alikuwa anatumia, niliona alikuwa anakapa na car robot fulani. So at some point huwezi jua ni nini. Then another time niliona CGM was through the famous Kipchoge, Eliud. There's a time alikuwa nayo akikimbia, then there's this debate all over the social media akisema is he diabetic. I love some funny comments akisema tinamwambia speed yenye anaenda. So I think you can look it up. And then the third person maybe nimesikia ni wewe. I saw you, I think ulienda na Niha, then I came later.
Yeah, sure.
Boast about it. So your time is now, shine.
Please shine.
Yeah, so actually maybe it is let me quote unquote, it's a developed, it is still in the process of inatengenezwa. So rather than ile unajua normally when umeenda kujipima your sugars in a restaurant, for example, have you ever had that experience? Like watu wanaletewa chakula and then you are there doing a minor surgery. Umekuja ukafungua ya kapochi and then unakaa pale tu hivi damu and then watu unaweka pale, people are like just watu wanapotea, watoto wameanza kutoroka nini helter skelter kidogo, inakaa kama kuna chaos. But now the CGM is minimally invasive. So when you have the patch on your arm, you just have to take your phone. You can even be running from maandamano, you just wipe it and scan it, unaangalia your sugars vile zina behave. So it's a huge plus actually, and it is something that it is coming to this global south. Kule Europe na America, they are using it like any other business. It is even covered by insurance and what have you. But now kuna limitations here in Africa in terms of even the manufacturers hawajafika bado huku, so kuna hiyo concept pia, na pia kuna ile knowledge ya healthcare providers bado hawajafika huku, because when you want to introduce something, the people who are also prescribing it should also be made aware. And pia kuna limitation ya the cost, because it's quite expensive. Glucometer Kenyan cost ni kama average ya pesa ngapi?
Tuseme
1500 to 3000, ndio?
Glucometer ni
strips.
No, the whole pack.
Oh, the whole
glucometer inakonga, most of it inakonga 2000. Alafu see, of course,
so ranging ni kama 2 to 3k, right?
Yeah, range. Alafu strips from 1200 to 2000.
Yeah. For sure. So it is that is quite cheaper as compared to the CGM. For 2 weeks that I had worn, it was costing about 15,000 for the 2 weeks, and then that is just your time umeva. Then you have to incur the consultation and everything. But I can honestly say it is something that is very, very interesting, and it is showing you how your blood sugars are behaving, na inakusaidia sana in that way. But now the limitation was coming, or even the advantage is the alarms. So normally sukari yako ikienda chini, how do you tell? Just feel sukari yako inaenda chini, for example.
Signs and symptoms. But have you ever noticed kuna time huo feel?
Yes.
But
And then ukisha treat
rarely, sindio? But we also discussed that during diabetes complications some time back, hypo unawareness. And that happens kama umelala usiku. So kama umelala usiku, the CGM will alert you na ikwambia your sugar is going down and give you an alarm. Uamke uende ufanye, you do the thing.
Hold up. Hiyo ni limitation.
I'm taking it two ways. So kuna hiyo way, hiyo ni advantage. But then if you are a person who is experiencing hypos time and again, that now will become, now it is also sort of a disturbance, a nuisance to you, for example. So you have also to be aware that you have something that is on your arm na inakupatia a reading as compared to ile ingine. Another limitation also with the CGM is that reading ya CGM na ya glucometer ni tofauti. They are not the same, because the CGM is 5 minutes behind. Yes, because the level of the sugars that CGM inapima na ile sugar ambayo nini inapima kwa damu yako, it is tofauti. So there is that also.
So kidogo. So say me I'm using a glucometer.
Yes.
So 1215 nimepima, it's 10.5.
Yes.
Kwa ukipima 1215, okay, ukiscan 1215 itakupatia 11.
Yeah, 1210.
Itakupatia 12, itakupatia 5 minutes behind.
Yani,
5 or 10 minutes behind.
I think Newton anamaanisha with the glucometer it's instant, inakupea reading at that moment. But yeah,
that's why I'm asking. So mimi nikipima 1215 10.5.
Yes.
Apime 1215 itakuja something 11, right?
Itakuja 1210.
Itakuja reading ya 12:10.
I'm not saying like 10. I'm not saying the time. Okay, the time is 12:15. Nimepima, my sugar zimekuja 10.5.
Yes.
You get?
Yes.
Now, wewe ukiscan 12:15. See, I have my glucometer here. You have your CGM there.
Yes.
Tupime sisi wote. So mine ita read this. Where CGM itakuja on a higher side ama on a lower side.
Tunapima watu wawili tofauti ama mtu mmoja.
Sasa hapo ni I think depends. Unajua people have different bodies na reaction. Sasa okay. Sugar zako zikiwa 10 is not a guarantee yangu itakuwa 10.
Okay, maybe nimerefresh vibaya. Okay. Nipime na glucometer.
Yes.
Na nipime na CGM.
Yes.
So ya glucometer umesema itakuwa exact saa hiyo.
Yes, yeah.
So unasema ya CGM itanipatia reading iko juu kidogo.
Si juu. Itakupea
time.
It's about time, so, not readings the sugars. It's about time. Itakupea 5 minutes before. Time is the
Yes guys, so in conclusion, as we had stated, season 2 will be very, very glad and pleased mkitupatia content ama mkipatia topics za kudiscuss. and for sure we will be here to discuss them with the team. And also we're also inviting guests. If you feel you can contribute to this diabetes marathon, kindly come on board. And our plugs is rightly put by Miss Naomi.
So the plugs are Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Bado. So it's Young and Sweet. So YouTube, it's Young and Sweet podcast, and then the other platforms, that's TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, it's Young and Sweet. And then we have a support group both in Telegram and WhatsApp. So I think we'll write the numbers down here, somewhere here or there, I don't know. So yes, if you want to join our WhatsApp group, you're welcome. If you're a caregiver, you want to know one or two things about diabetes and how to help your patient manage his or her condition, feel free to come on board. And yes, if you want to come to this, to be part of this beautiful and handsome ladies and gentlemen, you're most welcome. Free of charge, yeah.
And if you feel like you can be of help, you're not limited. Karibu. It's a big house, we can accommodate.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment hapo. Yeah, share the link and comment hapo chini what you want to hear from us.
For sure. Josephine, finally to kifunga.
Yes, if you think my desk mate here is not supposed to sit here, you can comment. I will be glad to sit next to you.
Unachoma bana.
Josephine anatafuta mtu.
Astafute mtu hapa nini sitting mate.
Mimi ndio niko. But guys, I got a question to the viewers. Tuliongelea CGM. I don't know if any of you guys know CGM in Kiswahili. Najua pia wapenzi wetu wa Tanzania
for sure
maybe waelewi ni nini CGM ni nini sasa.
Na wengine wa Murang'a.
Murang'a. So kama unajua CGM in Kiswahili ama in Geshagi yako, unaweza you can educate us. I don't think I think do you know the full meaning ya CGM in Kiswahili?
Continuous, kuendelea, glucose, sukari, monitoring. Hapo ndio.
School fees.
Yeah, so that is our research. Kindly mukipata mutag Brayo alipita Kiswahili sana pale KCSE, so msimuangushe, atasahihisha na atapatia ni mandhari ama nini
alama.
So, yes, so tukifunga pia, what hope do you have for the future in terms of diabetes management? Mnataka kuona nini? Mnataka kuona artificial pancreas? Mnataka kuona new cells, stem cells and everything? What do you hope for?
So personally, I hope for like kama tunaweza pata, unaona vile you can get CGM na insurance uko majuu, at least tupate
happen Kenya
na NHIF
hizo insurance cover at least tupate
insurance cover ni kubwa. Tuangeni tu yenye tumezoea NHIF.
NHIF pia ni insurance.
Lakini unajua ukieleza mwananchi wa kawaida insurance, namwambia bado NHIF ni insurance.
For sure.
Brayo,
unataka kuona nini about new developments in diabetes care?
Vitu mingi sana. But I think concerning CGM, I think the future is bright.
Yeah.
Since imeanza na wewe, I think we're not far. Wanasemanga an apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So maybe sisi ndio tukako kando. Maybe we'll be the next people to experience it. But I think what should be done is ikuwe affordable to many.
Yeah.
Unajua pia our health when you're happy, other people pia they're so happy.
For sure.
So to me, maybe in the near future hata kesho, I don't know.
The future is
the future is bright.
Now.
Yeah.
Hata leo jioni ni future.
Kabisa. So I think that's all from my side.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you guys, and see you on the next one. Make sure to catch it, and we'll be there hoping to give you more and more of diabetes, right?
Yeah. Before you say your the last statement,
yes,
we would like to thank the diabetes doc. That's Dr. Hilda. Make sure to follow her. Tutaeka. I don't know zitakuwa wapi hapa.
Hapa chini.
Hapa chini. Up down. Yes. So tag diabetes doc. Make sure to follow her. She's very She's very
informative.
Yeah, she
friendly.
gives those vibes.
Yes.
And she's so educated, so you learn a lot from her. And also not forgetting our viewers and the people behind the cameras. And we have even Blessing and Stella. They're the audience today, and we have Victor, and we have, of course, the team, the A team,
Yes.
that has made this possible. And yeah, so see you guys in the next one.
The Diabetes Marathon
Continues.
Continues.
Adios.
Bye.